Okay, one of the reasons we wanted this interview is because Paul has been involved in planning in Broome County for decades. And I won't ask you how many, but I know a long time. I've known him for a long time. And he brings a certain sense of place here and the changes that have gone on. So my first question is, what are some of the significant changes you've witnessed in your lengthy time in planning in the area?
Well, perhaps the most significant change was the impact of the major flooding that we've had in the region, not only in the city of Binghamton when I was there, but also in the town of Union. And the impact of the 2011 flood was much more pronounced, I think, in the town than in most of the areas that were impacted. It was a game changer. We lost entire neighborhoods virtually overnight in the Fairmont Park area and parts of South Endwell. And a number of other neighborhoods in West Corners were also impacted. We wound up losing close to 150 dwelling units in 2011 alone. Since the late 1980s, we've taken down over 200 properties just from flooding. So that was really a game changer in terms of redevelopment, and because that takes, when you go through the FEMA buyout program, that takes an awful lot of properties off the tax rolls and puts restrictions in place on what those properties can be used for.
I think one of the other things earlier you were talking to us about, though, was kind of the change in the downtown of Binghamton.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe you can talk a little bit about that.
Well, sure. I mean, like most areas in the country where urban renewal was tried, it failed, and failed miserably in Binghamton in particular, because it really changed the dynamic of what the downtown looked like. First of all, from an architectural standpoint, we lost a lot of really good architecture through that whole process, and what replaced it, in particular the downtown government complex, was not nearly the same quality of what we lost. And it also diminished the downtown population, residential population, which really had a lot of impacts down the road.
And so now we have SUNY Binghamton.
Now you have SUNY Binghamton. The investments that the university has made in the downtown campus really has changed the dynamics in and around that core around the City Hall complex. When I first got here, there were a couple of very marginal uses in that land where the new residential development took place for student housing, and also for the downtown campus. There was some mixed residential uses above some of the buildings that were there. There was a bicycle shop which relocated after that. There was a bar that was there. All of the buildings were marginally maintained and were ultimately removed and replaced with student housing, which was a first-rate job that they did there.